How much money does WWE get for Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia? The WWE Saudi Arabia deals have changed sports entertainment, ensuring the WWE gains hefty returns at the Crown Jewel PPV. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. In 2018, WWE struck an enormous decade-long deal with Saudi Arabia to organize live shows and premium live events in the Middle Eastern nation. This partnership is one of the biggest deals that the wrestling promotion brand has signed as part of the Saudi Vision 2030 project. After all, it was reported, via the takedown on SI, that the 10-year-long deal was a $1 billion deal with the first crown jewel. The PPVs have been a massive hit and have made fans curious about how much the Saudi Arabian government pays WWE for the PLEs alone. On September 21st, 2021, Brandon Thurston took to social media via X, stating that each PLE is worth IE's 55M in payments. Check out the tweet below. This explains why WWE prefers to organize events in the Middle East despite facing backlash from the fans. Moreover, the lucrative amount being paid to the company also means that it will lead to fat paychecks for the WWE superstars appearing at the PPV. Hence, many superstars like CM Punk, who hated that country, followed John Cena for a match, while others would go overboard during their match, giving unreal reactions that would make the fans wonder if that victory felt too good to be true. It comes as no surprise that WWE has walked away with a huge payday, and this deal tends to be more successful than its recent deal with ESPN. After all, the partnership's first premium live event went up in flames, featuring several botches and horrible bookings. According to Brandon Thurston's detailed report on WrestleNomics in 2020, they believe they have been confident about the Saudi Arabian government paying WWE about $50 million for each event. This can be proved through evidence with World Wrestling Entertainment's public legal filings. The report explained that both parties agreed to a decade-long deal where, as part of their agreement, 2 exclusive events would be taking place in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. As a result, this brings WWE's annual revenue to $100 million from these exclusive premium live events. The contract played a crucial role in the revenue of World Wrestling Entertainment, which led to a whopping $930 million. Where those 2 PPVs generated more than 10% of the company's annual gross. To give a clearer context, WrestleMania 32 only generated $17.3 million, while the event in Saudi Arabia is equivalent to 3 of those shows. In a separate report, via X, Brandon Thurston stated how the 2025 Night of Champions will make 1.5x the total value of every single WrestleMania ticket sale ever, which has been adjusted through inflation. Check out the tweet below. The report was certain that the value was about $50 million because it featured a quarterly regulatory filing. It featured 11 different streams of revenue for the company, where every category was divided into 3 sections, and it was made more certain after WWE's Q1 report from 2020. The report mentioned this was confirmed because the other media revenue was significantly lower in the quarters in which no shows in the Middle Eastern countries occurred. Thus, in only 8 years of the abhorred Saudi Arabia events, Triple H's WWE has earned more than what WrestleMania has earned since 1985. With the Saudi events bringing more revenue to WWE, they want to keep the momentum going. This led to reports of the country getting its own WrestleMania with The Rock potentially headlining it. Those reports have now come true, as it has been reported via X that WWE will host the 2026 Royal Rumble and the 2027 WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. The government will be paying $100 million for Royal Rumble and $250 million for the Show of Shows, bringing the sum to a total of $350 million. That's not all, because Triple H is going to pull all the breaks, featuring its biggest superstars. According to an exclusive report from the Wrestling Observer newsletter via X, a source has come forward stating that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson could be one of the names that could be featured at the Showcase of the Immortals, alongside many more megastars of the company. The source said, though the names have not been made official, it could be anticipated that stars like Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Logan Paul, Jey Uso, Rhea Ripley, and more could be a part of the show. Nevertheless, it is intriguing to learn which names become a part of the show and how it affects the company's growth. With the Saudi Arabian government paying a fortune to WWE, do you think the wrestling promotion brand will host more live events in the country? Let us know in the comments below. Seth Rollins' faction member calls out Roman Reigns and John Cena for a match at Crown Jewel. The Auxilla has made it clear that he wants to face either Roman Reigns or John Cena in Perth at Crown Jewel. Seth Rollins and his goons Viz. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed have overtaken Monday Night Raw in recent months under the counsel of Paul Heyman. While Breaker has been hailed as a future WrestleMania main eventer by Heyman time and time again, Reed is also starting to make a separate identity for himself. He recently joined the Wrestling Classic podcast and was asked who he would like to face at Crown Jewel if he had the pencil. The Auxilla is clearly on the hunt for the top guys. This is why he listed Roman Reigns as his first choice opponent. For the unversed, these men shared the ring at Clash in Paris last month. It's either one, I run it back with Roman Reigns. I busted his ribs open after Paris, so I don't know if he's even medically clear, or two, I get in the ring for the first time with John Cena. I know it might make some of the fans unhappy globally if I was one of John Cena's last opponents, but in Australia, you're coming into my home. Even though Reigns won the match, the aftermath of it saw Reed and Breaker launch a 2-on-1 assault on the OTC. That resulted in Reigns suffering broken ribs, which was merely a way to write him off WWE television. It just so happened to allow the former undisputed WWE champion to go on a hiatus for filming the Street Fighter movie he's expected to wrap up its shoot by the end of September, which would allow him to return to WWE programming well in advance for the Crown Jewel PLE on October 11th. The Tribal Chief is officially advertised for the Perth-hosted event, and one could definitely expect him to compete as well. Circling back to Reed's second pick as his potential Crown Jewel opponent, he name-dropped John Cena. The Vision member noted that seeing him as one of Cena's last opponents might upset a number of fans around the world, but if Cena's coming to Australia, which is Reed's country of birth, he'd have to go through him, asserted the Tribal Thief. However, as bright of a prospect as it sounds on paper, Cena versus Reed can't realistically happen at Crown Jewel, as the Cenation leader has already been announced to be wrestling AJ Styles at the upcoming PLE. The Vision to make major additions against Roman Reigns and John Cena in epic War Games showdown. While this may not appear obvious to many fans as of now, WWE has already begun the build for this year's War Games match at Survivor Series. The Seth Rollins-led Vision is expected to be beefed up by the addition of Brock Lesnar to the fold, as everyone saw how the Beast is back on talking terms with his longtime manager and current counsel of the Vision, Paul Heyman. The Oracle even formally introduced Lesnar against John Cena at WrestlePalooza, just like old times. Another prohibitive force who could temporarily join Rollins and company for a one-night alliance is none other than Drew McIntyre. The Scot is coming off an underwhelming performance against Cody Rhodes. They collided in the main event of WrestlePalooza, where Rhodes managed to retain the undisputed WWE title after some questionable match refereeing eventually cost McIntyre. This week on Raw, Rollins affirmed that he'd take down Rhodes by any means necessary in their upcoming showdown at Crown Jewel. The Visionary's wording screamed that he's ready to go for broke against the American Nightmare. It has sparked speculation among the fans that McIntyre could cost Rhodes the match against Rollins. Also, with Roman Reigns due to take his revenge on Rollins and his men, it has started to appear as if all these men are destined to duke it out inside War Games on November 29th. The Vision, temporarily flanked by Lesnar and McIntyre, is likely to be opposed by Reigns, the USOs, Cena, and Rhodes in a 5-on-5 setting inside that double cage structure. CM Punk exposes Dominic Mysterio's lies. CM Punk remarked during a recent discussion with Kevin Hart that, on the contrary to the popular claims, Dominic Mysterio reveres him in real life. Dominic Mysterio and CM Punk have been on the opposing sides of the wrestling spectrum for some time now, but it looks like the animosity is more restricted to WWE programming. This is evident from the recent remarks made by CM Punk on Dirty Dom. During an interview with Kevin Hart on Cold as Balls, Punk exposed the dynamics of their relationship, contradicting what Mysterio had earlier said. The Second City Saint shared, Punk further stated that Braun Breaker and Dominic Mysterio are two next-generation superstars who can be great champions and future WrestleMania main eventers. Dominic Mysterio had earlier revealed his dislike for CM Punk. The comments from CM Punk reveal the truth behind the evident hatred that Dominic Mysterio has stated on several occasions. During an interview with WrestleBinge, Mysterio revealed the evident bad relationship he thinks he has with CM Punk. Mysterio shared. In a separate discussion on the TWC podcast, Mysterio gave a befitting reply to Punk over his remarks in the Unreal documentary on Netflix. The Second City Saint had stated that nothing exposes the business more than trying to convince people that Dom and Rhea were in an actual relationship. Mysterio had a storming reply to these comments from Punk. The Intercontinental Champion cunningly remarked. During the same conversation, Mysterio shared his personal reaction to the chaos that ensued at SummerSlam, where Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank contract on a victorious CM Punk. He revealed that Rollins is one of his padrinos, or godfathers, in the Lucha Libre tradition, as they debuted together. The Intercontinental Champion further opined that ruse of the century was the favorite moment for him, other than Night 2 of the event. Dominic Mysterio and CM Punk had bad blood between them, even when Mysterio was a child. The fallout of relations between Dominic Mysterio and CM Punk dates back to Mysterio's childhood. In 2010, during Punk's heated feud with his father, WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio, Dominic was dragged into the storyline on WWE television. At the time, Punk was leading the Straight Edge Society and attempted to force Rey Mysterio to join his notorious faction, using intimidation and mind games that left a lasting impression on a young Dominic Mysterio, who would go on to become an iconic heel character himself in the company. One particular occasion when Punk confronted the Mysterio family was when Punk stormed the birthday celebrations of Dominic Mysterio's sister, Alia Mysterio. According to Dominic Mysterio, the incident had traumatized his childhood. The moment was the beginning of hatred towards CM Punk. After CM Punk's remarks towards Dominic Mysterio, the question now remains whether there is more to the current relationship between Punk and Dirty Dom. Is there still bad blood between Mysterio and Punk, or does the Intercontinental Champion admire Punk as stated by him recently? What are your thoughts on CM Punk's remarks? Do you think they should ever get involved in a major WWE storyline together? Share with us in the comments below.